welcome to INI Studio. It's Diane Williams. Today I'm going to talk about packing your art to transport it to a show. So this is one of the necessary evils that we as artists face. We have to know how to do this. I have shipped artworks, and a lot of times you will be given specific instructions about how to pack your paintings. Bubble wrap. Who knew that the bubble side was supposed to be against the painting, not the other way? I didn't think it mattered. Apparently it does. These are things that you learn through experience. And what's happening for me right now is I'm in a big show in San Francisco, and art movers are coming to pick up my artwork. So I want to be sure that my work is protected. I'm not sure who these art movers are. I'm quite sure that they're professional and very careful, but I want to protect my paintings. When I move my own work, my husband moves the work with me, we generally pack it without a lot of wrapping and without a whole lot of protection other than, say, moving blankets in between the pieces, because we know how to pack, we know we're moving them, we know how much weight is on top of them. We have a camper shell on a pickup truck, and we've have shelves inside we can slide the paintings in. So it kind of takes the guesswork out of it. But for this particular show, movers are coming to pick up the work on Saturday. So I've been working all week. One of the things I've been doing is painting the sides of the artwork. I always do that when I'm done with a piece, but sticking them in your shelves, having them in other shows where maybe they were sitting against a floor, they tend to get scuffed. So I have 20 pieces going over. I had to touch up all the sides on the 20 pieces, and now I'm packing them. So with the smaller pieces, what I did, I was able to put them face to face and then put this stretch wrap around them. And I was able to locate a new roll at Home Depot today. I ran out. I like the small size. It's easier to maneuver when you're working alone. This is so heavy I can hardly lift it. This is the big size. And I learned to lay the cellophane out, and then I'd put the paintings on it and I'd flip them over, put more cellophane out, flip them over. So I was able to wrap them by myself. On the larger pieces, I'm going to protect the corners with foam corner protectors. I love these. I saw an artist delivering a painting to the DeYoung Museum, and he had these. He told me he got them at Home Depot. So I went online, immediately ordered a case of these, and I will just put these on the corner of my large pieces. And for the smaller mid pieces, I'm going to demonstrate what I'm going to do. This is a cold wax piece, and I'm a little more careful with the surface of cold wax. My acrylic surfaces, as you know from previous videos, I put a lot of protection on them with a polymer medium coat, then the UV varnish coat, then the cold wax buffed coat. They're pretty bulletproof, really. I can put those together face to face, and they're pretty hard to damage. Cold wax, on the other hand, is a different story. Number one, you have to mind the temperature of the vehicle that you're moving them in. They will kind of soften up. And I had one instance in the summer where I had a piece in my car, and when I went to move it, I noticed where I touched the edge. I did have a little cold wax on my hand. This has been cured for a couple of years, so it's in pretty good shape. Now what I want to do is put a layer of glassine on the top of the painting. This is like wax paper. And I'm going to measure this out. It's going to overlap the edge and nothing gets crazy. I'm going to tape this glassine around the edge a little bit to make it less slippery. So when I try to put the plastic on it, it won't slide all over the place. I love the people that cut their tape so beautifully and pulled their edges like they were making a bed. And I'm not that careful. And I feel sorry for the people on the receiving end because I realize it's hard to unpack these paintings. You want to protect them, but on the other hand, the people responsible for the paintings on the other side are unpacking them, and they have to dispose of the packing material, or worse yet, they may have to save the packing material for you. I don't expect anyone to save this for me. And then there are the environmental concerns of all the plastic I'm using to wrap this up. That's why generally if I'm moving them myself, I don't do it. So, and I have to stop and think, what's the best way to do this? Normally I like to lay the plastic wrap out to get a start, put the painting on. I'm just going to do the edges of this one. I'm not going to do the whole thing, just to kind of hold the glassine in place. And when I'm working alone, I find it's probably just as easy to turn the painting. I think the most vulnerable spot of our paintings when we're transporting them is probably the corners. So let's get this a little closer down to the corner. This is where you want to hire a studio assistant. Wouldn't that be great? Just say, can you pack these 20 paintings for me? And get them ready for transport. I'm going to do a piece across the center. This stuff sticks on to each other. So once you get the first row on, it just sticks and it's beautiful. Other than the environmental concerns, it really is a pretty cool product, I think. My husband and I are recently moving into biodegradable trash bags because we just feel so guilty about all the plastic in the environment. And as artists, you know, we really do use a lot of material that is not environmentally friendly. So I think as artists, as homeowners, or just anybody living in a home that generates trash, garbage, these are things we have to think about, our environment. And We're not doing that right now, are we? Anyway, I would be curious to know how you pack some of your paintings. I've been at shows where I've just brought a painting, I just carried it in my hand, and people had theirs bubble wrapped, taped, put in cardboard boxes to deliver to a show, and I'm thinking, I'm just not that worried. So this is a little different for me. I hope that you are enjoying your week. I have not been able to paint because I've spent the entire week getting my paintings ready for this show. And it is quite a thrill. What happens is we all want shows, and it's wonderful if you can get a show that's a one-person or a two-person show so people can really see a body of your work together. When you have a little piece in a group show, it doesn't say much about who you are, especially when it's next to somebody else's painting and somebody else's painting, and it isn't really putting your piece in the best light. So we finally get, the show that we want, and it's very exciting, but it's extremely stressful. And since this is Meditations on Art, I am trying to think of methods for keeping myself calm when I have 20 paintings to wrap and touch up the sides and, get them ready for pickup or delivery, whatever the case may be. Then there's the stress of the opening reception. There was a time in my life I couldn't attend my own receptions. I would forget people's names. I'd get that nervous. I could know you for 10 years, and if you were standing next to me, couldn't remember your name. So I stopped going to my receptions, and that was kind of detrimental to my career for a while. And I heard Jane Goodall had the same problem. So it gave me permission, in a way, confidence. I'm not the only one. So I got over it. It just went away. And I started enjoying the receptions quite a bit. So if you are in San Francisco on October 11th, maybe you can visit this exhibit. We're going to have a reception. I believe it starts at 3 in the afternoon. And otherwise, I'm going to share the pictures from the show with you. There's a beautiful catalog that the curator made for the show that I'm very pleased with. And thank you very much, ARC Gallery in San Francisco, ARC Consulting, for putting this together. I appreciate you. Have a great week. Go to your studio, do some painting, do some packing, do some prep work, do some finish work. It's all a part of it. Being an artist is not just painting pictures. It's a whole lifestyle, a business, responsibilities, learning how to present your art in its best light, learning how to present yourself in your best light. So I'll talk to you later. Painting is a practice. Practice makes perfect. Okay? See you later. Bye.